It's a special one.
A special one. What's up? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to As One. We want to appreciate everybody, for supporting us as long as you are. Hopefully you guys been staying tuned. We got some programs rolling out. Got some really good things that we're doing, and we're excited. Today, I'm the one who's getting interviewed by Mr. Smith Francois. Let's get it on. Hit the follow, hit the like, hit that subscribe button. Oh, before we start, any kids watching this, my brother just delivered a beautiful speech. And we got a little bit of footage, but I just want to say I approve that message, Smith. If you are a young child, don't just be watching content, make sure you're creating. Yep. I think that was the message.
That's what we're doing. That's what we've been doing.
When people say stay off the internet, what they're really saying is don't just be watching anything on the internet. Go create your own content. Create what you want to see on the internet.
All right, cool. This your time. This is your time to shine. No, all right. Now we back to the As One podcast. We're going to get more personal, you see? We give an introduction of what we're doing off the scene. But today is special, Mr. Iris. Who are you? Because we never broke it down. Like, who are you? Where are you from? Like, where are you originally from?
Okay, man. So I'm Liberian, West African, originally. I really like those types of questions, right? Because not only do I know who I am, but I could tell you the village that I'm from. My people from Bami.
Who's that? Bami?
We're from, yes, in Liberia. We're not just, people be like, where you from? They say, oh, I'm from Liberia, I'm from Ghana, I'm from Nigeria. I'm going to tell you exactly where you can find my people from. We are from Bami. So if you ever go to Liberia, look for the town called Bami. I'm Va and I'm Kran. So by right, I'm a Kran man because you always take on what your dad is as opposed to what your mom is. But yeah, I'm from Bami.
Are you a prince or something? Like, what that? You from Africa? Like, are you a prince? Like, we need explanation. Like, some viewers that never met you. Like,
well, that's actually a really good question. I'm not a prince, but my dad was a chief. Okay. No, not my dad, but my great-grandfather was the chief. And he had a whole compound. But that's every African, right?
No, break it down. We don't understand. Whole compound, what is that? Like land?
Yeah. So compound, like where he lived, he had a whole compound, meaning he owned a really large land and he had a mansion. Nowadays, they would say a mansion. So he had a mansion where he had over 100 kids. So he had over 20 wives, a lot of sheep, a lot of goat land and stuff like that. But that's my great-grandfather. Now, when you go to my grandfather, he's Afro-Kroma. So we carry that Kroma name. So if there's any Kroma, we might have some relations. So that's where my Va roots are, from the Kroma. So where the Kroma is and was a very big name for the native people. So if you're a Kroma, you're pretty much a native. You're not like a diaspora, those who came back. So both my side of the family, we were both indigenous, to say the least.
Right.
Yeah.
Full breed.
Fully breed.
Yeah.
No mutts. You know what I'm saying? No much, just fully bred, West African, Liberia, that type of vibe. So that's who I am. Well, that's not just who I am. Let me also clarify that, because I grew up in the States. That's a part of me.
Wait, whoa. You're African in the United States. Like, what are you talking about? Let's talk age. Like, when this happened?
Oh, so I came to the States when I was about 8 years old. So I was here maybe 96, 95, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Like 95, into 95, going into 96, kind of coming to the United States and been here ever since. So haven't had a chance to really
go. As in Columbus, like where?
Well, I would say Columbus, I say Columbus because the time that I spent in Philadelphia, Ben Salem to be exact, when we came, we landed, I think, in New York. From New York, we drove to Ben Salem. And in Ben Salem, that's in PA, Pennsylvania. We stayed there not even 6 months, then we was here. So yeah, I would say I was in Columbus for the majority of the time, correct? Yeah.
You gotta talk about PA though. Like, everybody from PA is in Columbus. Like, what's the...
Well, I ain't claiming PA, bro. I can't. I stayed about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or maybe a month.
You sure? You're not a Pittsburgh fan?
I like Big Ben.
The Steelers?
I like Big Ben, the bus, when he played.
Never heard of it.
I like... No. Big Ben was Ben Roethlisberger. And then Jerome Bettis, the bus. He was a running back. So I do Roethlisberger, the quarterback, and I like Jerome Bettis, running back from Pittsburgh. But that is my Pittsburgh roots. After that, I ain't messing with them hills. You ever been to Pittsburgh?
No, I need to.
Oh, man. Yeah, go experience it, and then you're going to be like, man, it's so hilly. Actually, I was recently in Pittsburgh.
I like hills. It reminds me of Haiti. So.
It reminds you of Haiti? You might just stay there then.
I know.
The freeway is all hill. It's I get kind of, I'm like hill phobia. Like I have that hill phobia type of vibe. But it's a great city though. It's a very beautiful city to say the least. I got a chance this summer actually. Last summer actually, I got a chance to go to a Pittsburgh baseball game, Pirates. Yeah, my wife and I, we experienced that. That was very beautiful. Man, that probably was one of the best view I've seen in a very long time.
View as in the
stadium. Like when you're in the stadium, you can see the whole, like the stadium is right downtown and the skyline is right there.
Oh,
and they did, yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Wait, the only question is, do we have snakes out there?
Pittsburgh?
Yeah. I'll probably need somebody to ask.
Probably some snake people. It's a city. Pittsburgh like a real city. I don't even think I get like any rural type of vibe. Okay. Oh yeah, real city, real beautiful city too. But it just has a little too much hill for me, you know. I like to see where I'm going. I don't want no surprises.
No deer? You like no deer? Like,
Oh, we get deer in the city now. I mean, imagine going up a hill and you see a deer. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like you go up the hill. You already having an uphill battle, and then you run into a deer. It's like,
so I have a pickup truck. Just run that boy over.
Ooh, you a bad boy.
Let me stop lying. Hey,
put that light on. No, but you know, since we're talking about deer, you know what? So deer, I just learned that deer is owned by the city that it's in, but once you hit it, it's owned by you now. Like, so once the city wants nothing to do with it, once it gets hit on like a freeway or something like that. But if you want to go hunting, you want to buy a deer tag, it's owned. You got to pay for the license. Now it's owned by them. But once the deer is done, that's kind of like a messed up situation. You know,
kind of like a marriage. Like once he hit it, like
yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, y'all. Hey, this is
like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, that part.
So you say you're from Columbus, like, so why Columbus? Before you jump in, like, why Columbus?
Why Columbus? My mom's sister was here, and once we left Ben Salem from her other sister, because we came to her sister, my auntie.
Who traveled with you? Like, who was it?
Who was traveling with me?
Yeah.
Oh, back in '96, it was my older brother, Rashidi, my younger sister, my other younger brother, Majid, my older brother, JR, and then my mom and my stepdad at the time, and then another sister, Mental. So it was about 7 of us that came.
Y'all riding a van or car? How y'all riding? Like,
to get here? Hold on. To get here, we rode
lots of stuff. Like,
to get to Ohio.
Yeah.
Or how did we get here? Like from where?
In one car, or like y'all all came like one as a unit? Some people
from Ben Salem, or
you tell me. Like I want to figure it out.
Now I want to understand the question, because are you saying
you came to New York, 7 of you guys
on a plane?
Yeah.
Not a boat.
And then
I didn't jump over no. Okay, I did it in the legal way. Okay, it was 7 of us came the legal way, just in case any officers out there watching, Border Patrol. We got here the right way. We took, got visa. Yeah, that part. Yeah.
Okay, so I basically you don't have much. That's better. Like you don't have much, but you're traveling. You only did 6 months in Pittsburgh and then Columbus. Like
I don't really remember the commute.
Okay.
I don't know. We U-Haul? No, we were too fresh to U-Haul.
Yeah, that's what
I feel like U-Haul. Like you gotta be a decade before U-Haul. Africans, you know how Africans do. This is how I imagine it, right? So I was young and I can't tell you, but if I had to say it, my auntie probably called her friend, and her friend probably called her friend. We made it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of like, hey, you got some sugar type of community living.
Right. Let's talk about that community. Like, how was your upbringing, your community like?
So in Liberia, the upbringing in Liberia, I remember very tight-knit, to the point where to this day, people still like, hey, I remember you. And I'm like, I've been to college, I've been to, Columbus, I don't really, but they really have that niche, so they kind of remember you. And then growing up here, man, honestly, I'm gonna really kick some game right now, right?
All right, cool.
Kicking some game to anybody who's new to the States. If you really want to know the culture, watch TV. At least for me, back then it was program TV. It's kind of hard now to probably learn, because you have so many things. You could just go search, watch YouTube, but really spend time.
Watch As One. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah. Watch As One. Follow, subscribe, like. Don't even go. This is the TV right here you need to be watching. Watch this show. But no, for real though, just, learn the culture before you really get out there and try to do a lot of things. So that way you at least have a basic knowledge of, things to do.
All right, cool. So you mentioned why Columbus. Did you finish that?
Why Columbus? I think Columbus was just because, because my mom was coming to her other sister. Yeah, it was 2 sisters, and we came to Columbus.
But you stick here, like you stayed in Columbus, like, so you have options to move, like, that's your journey, like.
So we did stay here, and Columbus has been really well to us. My mom was a single mother when it was like all said and done. We came here with my stepfather, Uncle Jusu Denor, that's his name, very well respected. guy, within the Liberian community. And but after a while, kind of had, fallen out or split, whatever it was. But we're all still close to this day. God bless. But I really got to the really had a single mom. And I remember just, seeing my mom go to work, regardless what weather it was, whether it was snowing, raining, she made sure to get to work. And I think that right there that was like the beginning of me knowing myself and knowing my mom for real. And it just made me want to work hard. And I remember I will always say this scene to myself, and it's always good. So again, we do this for the people who were ushering in behind us. So those who are younger and have youth, don't really want to put age to it, but always have something that you go by, a slogan or something that's a reminder. My slogan as long as I can remember myself as a kid, was success is a must. And success is a must. Regardless what, I must be successful. And I think it just come from seeing my mom work so hard, trying to provide for us.
So let's talk about what activities were you doing as a kid? Like, what made you who you are? Were you always a public speaker?
Columbus upbringing.
Yeah, what type of person were you?
What kind of activities I do?
Yeah.
So, man, I feel like really when it comes to what type of activity you did, it's like what you do in high school, right?
Right.
Because I've always been a part of the community where we played soccer as like in elementary school, middle school for Whitehall. So we was in a Whitehall soccer program for a while. But then once I got to high school, I played football all 4 years. But in between time, in the meantime, we lived in the hood, right? So what I did to occupy myself for the most part was I stayed at a recreation center. Okay. And to this day, I'm a big believer in rec centers because it saved me and a lot of other kids. And it made me realize there's other things out there, like as opposed to whatever you see in your neighborhood. So I was able to do arts and crafts over there. I was able to play basketball. We did a little bit of wrestling on the mats that they had. They had free gym where you can go in. To me, that was impactful. I've always liked to be productive, so I didn't want to just sit in the neighborhood. Back then we could ride our bikes. We didn't need to share our location and stuff like that. So I would just kind of dip to the Far East Rec Center. So thank you for Far East, man.
If you say you going somewhere, you better be there. If not, you get that whooping.
For real.
Did you get whooping when you growing up? Like, how were you disciplined?
Oh, man, my mom was a tough cookie. And me and her was just having this conversation because my biggest thing was, and still is, my mom, my world, my wife, and my family also now. But, my thing was, if I did something and you could tell anybody, I really didn't care about who you told. It really didn't bother me. It was like, okay, right? But when you tell my mom, if whatever happened got to my mom, that was like, I just told her the other day, that's like death, right? That's the final, right? So it's like, that's the final person on this earth you can go and report me to. If I get bad grades and my mama, I'm trying to hide it, the teacher tell her, I can't hide it. If I'm doing something out in the streets and my friends come and somehow I get to my mom, that was the final. So I always had that fear, but not really fear, more like respect. I didn't want my mom to look at me and be shamed. I always wanted to make her proud, I guess.
All right. So your mom was your hero. So what mentor or person that shaped you to be a presenter? Or was it always instilling you? Like,
you know what? Coming up, I'm fortunate enough to see good things and follow good things. The neighborhood we come out of, it was a lot of things there. It's not for me to say whether it's negative and positive because people view it in different light, right? But it's a lot of things. And it is up to you, the individual, to choose what part you want to be at, And I remember one of my mentors, still this day, when I was about maybe 11, he used to come pick me up. Mr. Jim McKay, thank you for the role you play in my life because I remember you picking me up and we used to go to, I think it was Toledo. We used to go to Toledo and he had some apartment complex. No, he had maybe like a duplex and then he had a house. So he would pick me up at 11 and we would take the ride to Toledo and we would, on the weekends, work on that house and he would give me some money. And we would just bond. It was an older guy for me, so it was like a father figure. And he taught me how to build a scaffold, how to fix drywall, how to,
What is that?
A scaffold?
Yeah.
Man, so I didn't even know what a scaffold was when I first built one. Imagine you don't even know, like how you don't know what it is, right? To go to building one, right? And Mr. Jim is so amazing that we had to do some sidings and we didn't have a scaffold. He wasn't going to rent a scaffold. Let me tell you about this trip though. Mr. Jim, I feel like you taught me the right way, but man, man. Look, this is our trip, right? He'll come pick me up. We'll go to Kroger. We get one chicken, like the little rotisserie chicken, and some bread. And that's our lunch for like that day.
Yep.
You know, so we working and we eating that and we drinking. And I was so glad to be there. You know, it didn't matter what we eat. I wasn't like, he was really like one of a kind, you know? But, you know, eating that bread and chicken, that's all we ate, bro, was bread and chicken. Could you imagine, bro?
I did it. I went through it.
Bread and chicken, but we got the job done.
Just ate like, hey.
Yeah, you working.
Yeah.
I felt like I could have went into construction, right? But anyway, so back to the scaffold, right? A scaffold it's a lot of metal ones now you see. Like now you see the metal ones, the cool ones that takes you up. It's kind of like a ladder, but it's more base where it stands on and it has boards in between and you can walk up it. So that's a scaffold.
Okay.
You know? But we built our own wooden scaffold from scratch. So that was like, at my early age, I didn't know what a scaffold was. He said, we're going to build a scaffold. And we built one. And I was like, and we were really using it to go up on this thing and do this siding, you know? But to say the least, that was like my early upbringing of like owning real estate, like seeing somebody who owned their own real estate, seeing somebody actually working on their house. So what that did was it always made me want to do real estate. Or I want I was like, man, when I was young, success is a must. And then he gave me something to dream about. He's like, you could actually own a real estate property and it didn't take much, put some time in and doing this. So that was my early upbringing. And then when I hit about maybe 16, I met an incredible man by the name of Alpha. And nobody knew what Alpha was going to do in the community, like what he's done now, which is marvelous what he's done. It's just, I can't say much about this guy. If you know, you know. It's like, he's just amazing and I can't even lie. So he came into my life at about maybe 16 when I met him and nobody had to tell me. That's why I say I have the talent enough to see something good and try and attach myself to it and be good. But, you know, I noticed he was, you know, he noticed me and he wanted to bring my potential out of me. So I kind of made it my duty to show up every day around him and learn from whatever he has. And I mean, we have a long relationship to this day and it's just, you know, he has poured into me and I'm grateful for that.
So are these people Liberian?
Yeah, all these are Liberian. So all these people that are like, they were Liberian in the community, right? So there's a lot of good people in the community. You just have to put yourself around them, right? Because everybody might say, oh, Liberian people like this, or even if you're an American and, no, if you want to be successful, there's tools always around you. Pick the tools up and, you know, utilize it to the point where you're not blaming others or, you know, trying to find excuses. Because, you know, those two guys, I couldn't say more about. If I'm stuck in life, I'll call them right away with no hesitation, you know, and they'll be able to guide me properly. And I try to do the same with young people around me or even my friends and my colleagues as well.
Okay. So the way I'm picturing is your mom was a hero, but you were still by Liberian men. That's what I'm seeing at the beginning.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Mom is a hero because, you know, seeing her do everything, you know. But those two men were the superhero. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So she made me ready to, and they made me ready. She made me ready for outside, and they made me ready for the world.
Oh, perfectly said.
Yeah,
that's a quote.
No, for real, and I'm grateful. So thank you, Mr. Jim, and thank you, Alpha.
And then, so being around Liberian community, you met soccer players, all that stuff. Like, talk about the different people that you met.
Oh man, so let me talk to my Liberian people in there. Listen, God made two people. God made the regular human being. Then He made a Liberian man. Okay, if you know, you know. But yeah, so in the community, man, it's a lot to say. So we have a really nice community, and I think when I look at when we was coming up, we were all together because, like you said, soccer or different things, right? And my mom, being who she is, everybody was at my house. I mean, if you know from Columbus on the east side, growing up, everybody was at my house. That was just what it was. It was like, you know, every single person was at the house. And my mom was okay with that because we always had somebody, and those was like my brothers. To this day now we're like brothers, right? So yeah, man, I think that was the biggest thing. So they used to take me Cedric. Let me highlight Cedric. Cedric was one of the only person, Cedric Wet, I'm going to highlight Cedric Wetty, and I want to thank him too. He was the only person taking my little gas money to take me places. Or sometimes he did. He didn't take my gas money, but he made time to make sure that he took us places. And that means a lot to me because I didn't have to walk a lot of places because of Cedric. And then my older cousin, SJ, shout out SJ. He really, I can't say more about SJ. SJ told me who I was because SJ made sure he found time for when I was in the neighborhood around to come see me. To this day, when he lives in West Virginia now, but when he comes to the city, he made time for me all the time. And, you know, those are the people I celebrate. I celebrate those who've been in my life. I celebrate those who, you know, impacted me. SJ told me who I was and about everything before, even my mom. And when she tells me now, I'm like, oh, SJ was telling me that. I didn't really take like heat to it, but damn, what he was saying was real.
Who are you, an artist? Like, what do you call yourself? What are you?
That's a really deep question. And I don't think I can ever define who I am. And I would never want to define who I am because I want to become multitude of things. I feel like I'm a father. Those are the things that I am, right? In my personal life, I'm a husband and I'm a child of God, right? Now, who I am as a person and what I do, I would like to say right now I'm a businessman, but I have many talents. But
drop it down, break it down. What are some things you done? Like, you did soccer, you done DJ, you done, like, just talk about it, art. Like, just talk about it, break it down.
Let's talk about what I'm most proud of.
Okay, got it.
Right? What I'm most proud of is having the background that I have and being able to sit in front of this television and tell someone who's having those same backgrounds issue that they can make it out of it. I'm more proud that I don't have a felony, right? I'm most proud that life is just, I don't know, like it's just different when you doing the right thing, you know? But those are like my real achievement in life. It's like I'm really proud that I don't have a felony. That's like my most proud of.
So you beat statistics.
To beat the statistics, you know. I've done a lot of things. That was my problem though. And I think that's why, you know, now I'm in a better space because I've been a part of restaurants. I've sold tax software, print shop. I did the post office, logistic for like 15 years. So really a guy with many hats. I DJ'd, I'm a community leader. Right now, what I think I would like to define myself as outside of my personal life is just a businessman and a community leader.
All right. Do you want to dive deeper into that?
Okay, so my community background is, of course, with LICI and the Liberian people, right? But before that, you know, you can go to college. You know, I was a part of the African Union Association in the colleges. We had our own company, Slap Entertainment, and we did a lot of community work around the school. And then we also did a lot of clubs events. But I mean, my biggest thing is I feel that community is important because of my background with Far East and going in there. So I really try and give back as much as I can because it's, at the end of the day, it's about giving back. And that's really where the community side of things, right? Now, the businessman, where I am right now, is just being able to be seasoned, right? So I feel like everything I've done up until this point was to be where I'm at, you know, to have a successful business as I've been able to now have a successful business with over 2 years, you know. I could say I have a successful business. We just came from training. Training went well. I appreciate you coming and doing what you do, what you're best at. But to break it down, it's just to say, as a businessman, just love what you're doing, man. Love what you're doing.
Provide for the family. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's different too, though. When it comes to business, right? Since we're on business, when it comes to business, pick something that's consistent. Like, it's a lot of business out here. I'll give you an example. All of us want to do a fashion business. Well, what does that mean, right? Everybody wants to sell clothes, t-shirts, right? What does that mean? That means that you got to create that business. You have to find customers. You have to maybe go in the community and have fashion shows. Your product has to be good. You have to have a good product before you can make $1. And that's not even guaranteed. That's like, you know what I'm saying? You could do all that and that's not even guaranteed, you know?
You got to repeat it again. A lot of people, it's like out the gate, they just go on social media saying that.
Yeah, you know, so even right now, me and my buddy was talking about, I think the big thing right now is, I can have a Turo business or renting a car. Well, you can, but you know, with cars come insurance. With cars come, it's the same thing. You got to find the people, you got to find the need, you got to find the niche, right? That's not very consistent. You have car issues and breakdowns and things like that. So what I'm saying is, when it comes to business, think about something that's going to be consistent, something that you can turn in a piece of paper and get a check, that has a community, that don't involve you having to do all this excessive work. But even though the excessive work is needed, but you could just do that for growth, right? Like the business I'm in, I do non-emergency medical transportation now. You know, the government paid me, right? So I don't gotta find people to buy my product, right? The government already have the people. They pay me. I turn in a sheet. It's consistent. Those type of business, I'm starting to think like you can't lose in those business. Now, when you're able to find you something consistent and you just wanna try some outlet, maybe you might have a niche for fashion. With that consistency in your business, you can then go venture off and do something like a Turo, maybe buy one car and then see it out, see how it does, or drop one shirt, try it out, see how it goes. But if you don't have consistency, you know, business-wise, you're gonna really be up and down there.
You know, I was thinking like the Turo, we gotta do some real interviews, like go back, like people that's doing Turo business, everybody's on it, like,
yeah,
it's a season for everything, but we gotta go back and review some people, like
review like people who was doing Turo and see how they doing now, right?
Yeah,
For real.
all the restaurant, all this stuff, like
We ain't seen you since the pandemic.
so many businesses, like people, influencers, like they quiet. Even celebrities and artists, like I do some real interview.
Hey, we gotta get this to 1 million views, all right? If you ain't already, listen, if you ain't already, share this video right now. Like, I'm on here, I'm talking to you, bruh. I'm talking to you because I care for you, okay? So don't do nothing but share this video, please. And like and subscribe and make sure that this particular video reach 1 million, okay? That's the goal. That's the attitude we have. We're gonna win every time we're in front of this mic. And when we win, you win.
Shout out Kodak Black. We still trying to get Kodak Black on here?
Shout out Kodak. Hey, Kodak, you know, hey, I need that support, Yak. Where you at? Listen, I see you do a lot of community work. That's why you're one of my favorite artists. I love your music, but what I really love about you is the community work that you're doing. And we're doing community work, so I'm looking still. If you go back past in my videos, hey, I need this sponsor, Yak. Put this on your page. This is for the young people. I know you're helping out Pompano. When I go to Florida, trust me, the first place I want to go is Pompano, and it would be beautiful to be in Pompano with you, all right? But let's start with this video.
All right, so we're wind down. So what's the closing that you want to, like, you gave your quote, you must succeed, right? Your
success is a must.
Success is a must.
Success is a must. I still say that to this day, and I really think I must succeed. But in closing, I just want to tell you, thank you, Smith, for all that you do, man. I can't say more about me without speaking about Smith. With this media thing that we're doing, I'm nothing without Smith, okay? With my business, I'm nothing without my employee, you know? With my family, I'm nothing without my wife. So I'm here humbly to serve all those communities. And I say thank you to all those people I just named, but really, really, really proud of my kids. You know, I'm able to sit here and say that.
Shout them out.
I really don't like,
Okay.
you know?
That's how I feel. I shot it.
Yeah, but no, I mean, no, keep this. We're going to keep it, but, you know, they'll see this, so they know, you know, I'm trying to protect them. What Drake said, I ain't hiding my kids from the world. I'm hiding the world from my kids, you know? But, you know, I know y'all going to watch this, and y'all going to be grown one day. Daddy will be right here, you know, and I'll be here proud. But, you know, in closing, I just want to say, young people, we are the community. We are the economy. It's like when you sit down and you could do something and you ain't doing it and you know it, and you probably be like, oh, this is how you do it. It don't mean not doing is not knowing. So if you're not doing, don't act like you know it. Like, it doesn't matter what you know, whether you went to school, you got a master's degree. If you're not doing, to me, you don't know it. So do, so people can believe in you. And when you do, you scale your success. You know, it's an ongoing process. So I'm going to leave y'all with, not doing is not knowing. So don't be trying to preach to me, bro, if you ain't doing it. You know what I mean? Show me. Be the example that you want me to be.
All right, cool. I would think it's a perfect close, but I want that thing you say, don't meet me there. Beat me there.
Yeah.
Your line.
Oh, yeah. Now, I'm going to see you in the comments. So don't meet me there. Beat me there, okay? But, you know, let me embark a little more, because I've been feeling it lately, right? Talking to young brothers, because that's my bottom line, right? I want to let you know you are worthy too, okay? You are worthy too. Anything you see out there that you might be thinking like, oh man, look at what this person doing. You can do it too. Like, you can do it. And I'm telling you that because I I come from your background, and you can do it. And right now, if you decide to do good, you can do good right now. And if you decide to not do good, then you won't do good. But the message here is every day we're going to try to do something better. When you look at somebody and you see something that you like, you want it in your life, start that day, that moment, that second. Start doing things towards that thing. And I want to talk specifically to my young fellas out there, you know? And this is for you. You can do it, bro.
All right. Any final words?
Final words.
That's funny. That made it sound bad. I was scared.
No, I don't want. I know, right? I was like final words.
Shit,
what's your last meal? Nah, no. I just want to, just close it again by just saying, I'm here to serve, man. We're here. Oh, let's not forget. Let's really touch on what we're doing. Can we get into interview about the program and what's happening?
Oh yeah.
We have we're starting a podcast network. We're gonna just go right into this, right? So we start a podcast network. We've actually started the groundwork, and we want you out there that's watching it. Yeah, you that's watching, you can do it. Remember, I just told you, you have all the keys. It's in your hands, right? Now you have the resources, us, me, and Mr. Francois here, right? So if you are interested in looking in a video that look like this, that has 1 million views, if you're interested in it, and this ain't no AI, I'm not an AI, I'm telling you, we are creating a platform that could make you successful in your delivery, let's say, okay? We can't make you successful, but if you're looking to make content, good content, creative content, content that's worthy of and has potential to go far without the whole AI, we are here and we're creating and we're inviting you guys into the studio with this new network, this new media network that we're starting. So make sure that you're staying tuned with us. And come work. Let's put together the programming of a lifetime, really, so we can get some stuff
done for you organically. So it's like, hey, community setting, that's what it is, as one.
Yeah, as one. So for sure, man. Thank you for your time, Smith, and let's rock and roll. Like, share, comment.